We are live. Let's get to work here. Okay. Look at our calendar for today. Let's see if we have any news that we need to be worried about. No. All right. Cool. Let's see what we got here today. Let's get everything set up and we'll get ready to rock and roll. Okay. Oh, shoot. Trump is talking right now, isn't he? That's going to be fun. Gabe, what's good? Let's have a great day today, my friend. Yep. Okay. There. And let's go take care of this really fast. Okay. All right. Let's see what we got here. Let's do it. Kevin, what's good? Wags family, what's good? What's going on? Happy to have you. You will see live what the strategy is, which is basically, could have been a trade right here, honestly. Let's see. So we got to turn that to 8. All right. Wags family, really quick, all we want to do is match up our 2-minute signals with our 1-minute signal in the same direction. As long as they say strong, at least one of them says strong, we have an opportunity to take a good trade here. Let's see what we got right here. Okay, 75% in sell. I'll jump into that right there. Fill wasn't great. Let's see what happens here. We just lost $4 on that somehow. How? How did that work? Oh, man. We could have made it, I don't know, 60, $70 on that. Instead, we just lost $4. What in the world? I wonder if that even counted as a loss. No, it was a break-even trade minus commissions. All right, well, we'll wait. We'll hang out for a second. That was a little overzealous of me anyway. All right, top here, bottom-ish here. We'll see. What do we have here? Weak signal. That's a good signal, though, it looks like. We're definitely waiting on, I was going to say, Levi, we're definitely waiting on something. Price is definitely waiting on something here, so. see what we got. Okay, well, we definitely have price making a decision that we're ready to head down. I don't know why, but we are, so it doesn't really matter. I guess why, it just is what it is. Let's see what we got. There we go. All right, good. What's the website say? Anything yet? Nope. Let's refresh one time. Nothing yet, so we'll wait on that. But good. All right, so we have price. 20,000 is going to be a number we need to keep in mind just because it's an even number and we know price likes that. We touched down right here and we reversed off of it. Thought I had clicked, didn't. So let's just see kind of what price wants to do here. I'm not as bearish on this move just yet. I'll let this one play out. That wick has basically erased more than that candle had formed. So I'll chill, even though we're probably going to get a couple of strong signals here. You're good, 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 and good. All these are good. But I'm skeptical of this. Let's just see what we do at this 61 level. We'll see how we respond to that. Anything from Trump yet? No. Okay, so we bounce not at the level I thought, but at the level of previous, which is 55. So we'll hang tight there. Pakistan saying they shot down 5 India jets. I guess Indian, right? Indian? Indians are those who live in India. Indian, yeah. Indian jets. All right. So there is money to be made right in here. I do believe that. But we have this bottom here, and unless we explode through it, I'm wondering what price really wants to do here. We might not head back up significantly, but right now we're showing that like, okay, this level down here is a little oversold, and there's no price. There are no sellers here. It's all buyers down in this area. So we'll need some news or some sort of large movement to get us off at that level. But I'm not seeing any news yet that is worthy or deserving. Let's see. Can't believe we were in a short trade on this candle or this one while they said, and we didn't make money on it. Cannot believe that. Let's see what we got. Okay. We gonna hold or we gonna run through? All right, market making its determination here. We're coming down. Wick is pretty strong, or a candle's pretty strong. Go sell right there. There we go. Holy cow. Puts us up 231. One candle move there. We'll take that every time. We'll take that every time. Good stuff there. Let's log out of this one really quick. We'll get into our other accounts. So 230, well, let's just make sure. I think we went 1, 0, and 1. Should be up more, but whatever. Yeah. One win, one break even. Stupid. All right. Good trade there. I anticipate this move continuing a little bit. So let's log out of these really fast and then let me go and log into my other accounts. We'll just do the demo account for today. I have some other stuff I'm working on, but what? Log in, bro. All right. We'll leave that alone for now. There we go. We'll go 2 contracts here. All right. Bad signal here. Damn near bad signal here too. No, I went down more than went up, but damn near. Good stuff there. Anybody else catch that? Catch that move at all? All right. Price reversing back up for us. Good. Finally getting some finally getting some movement. It's been, I would say, pretty ugly. Beginning of this week, end of last week, we just had a lot of chop, and now we're really getting some direction. I still Holy Earth, what's good? Sorry I missed you, my friend. I don't know why I didn't see that. What's good? Sam Altman testifies. Nobody cares. Do sanctions work? Asking for a friend. Do sanctions actually work? Like, is that like the right play? Does anybody have an idea? What the frick? Does anybody know? Because I don't think that they do. This is technically a good sell signal still. $16. Waiting around. My site's locked up. What in the hell? Come on, man. Let's see what we got. There we go. Now we're back. Where's my news? There we go. Okay, that's interesting. So here's our first kind of opportunity to go long off of this bottom move here. 2 minute calls for a long, 1 minute still calls for a short. We would ignore that. I really wouldn't want to take a trade off of underneath the 9 right now. So 9 EMA, 21 EMA. I really wouldn't want to take a trade right there. But if we can hold maybe above this and get our 1 minute on board, maybe. Bad signal so far, bad signal so far. Bad signal so far. So we'll see kind of what that ends up being. I'm not impressed right now. Y'all should be doing way better than you are. Pissing me off. Okay. All right, still another, let's see what we got here. Sell signal or no? Okay, my 1 minute chart is stuck on cell signals. I don't get it. But the 2 minute chart is focused on long, so we'll take that. We'll see. All right. Okay. So far it's a good one. So far it's a bad one. Cell signal and still a long signal here. All right, so we haven't really got any agreement on the 1 minute chart that we should be looking for longs here, even though we've marked all of these as terrible signals. Although this one's actually a good signal. So let's see if our 1 minute was just more correct than our 2 minute. We'll take a look at that. ATR sitting at 18, so still a respectable level. Oh yeah, price come back down. Good. This is if we can make sure the 1 minute and 2 minute match up consistently. It's going to help us get into a bunch of really good trades and probably more importantly, stay out of a bunch of really bad trades. So hopefully we can continue with that. All right, so nothing here. That's a good signal, but there's nothing here for us. So it looks like price is kind of holding this level right here. Oops. Right there. So 20,048 essentially. I have a short signal and a short signal. Wow, okay, so if I would have known that those were going to be short, I probably would have taken that trade. I didn't anticipate that. All right. Okay. Good signal so far. Hmm. Okay, strong sell signal here. I think if we can get price, yeah. I missed the mark that I wanted for this trade. Let's go 10-point stop or 9-point stop. Oh. Oh, did we miss our chance to get profitable on that trade? Oh man. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. All right. Well, that stunk. We had a chance to be like a little profitable, and here goes price. So we'll hopefully this should shatter everything we've been experiencing. Hopefully get a couple long signals here. Let's jump into these. One thing I got to be better at is jumping into trades that don't align with the way I want to jump into trades. Okay, very strange still. Still two sell signals here. So I'm going to vote these down for now. They probably are going to end up being pretty good. But wow, I did not anticipate a sell signal here. I would have jumped into a long right there. Did not anticipate that. Even a little. Didn't anticipate that. So holy cow. Okay. All right. Let's get rid of this really quick. How's it even possible that the AI could predict what in the world? Sell and sell. Let's take that right there. Again, we're in our demo account. We've already made the money we need to make for today inside of our TOPSTEP accounts. I'm giving this 16 points. Is that enough? Looks like it's something. We're going to trail this one kind of tight just because we already had that much draw. There we go. Good. Good trade there. Waiting for the 1 minute, waiting for the 2 minute to match up, waiting for the 1 minute, waiting for the 2 minute to match up. Once we get that, we're off and running. Okay, same thing again. We'll go ahead and take that right there. Let that pullback happen. Give me 13 points. ATR is probably a little high. We can check that really fast. ATR sitting at 24. That's a little higher than we're used to. We can probably slide our trail to somewhat profit right there. And then we'll let price kind of do its thing. We're down 3,400. I'm doing some testing on the backside for some different things. So ignore the P&L. Actually, we can go check what I would be up if we just traded this morning. So 9 a.m. I guess we would be 2 for 3 plus 230. We had 320 loss. We had a 550 win. We'd be up 230 bucks. I guess that's how you read that. All right, so bad signal there. Bad signal there as well. Yeah, it is. Kevin, I would never have taken that in any real money accounts. Never ever, but it is crazy. It is. Kevin, are you in did you say you were skipping out to shoot, I forgot where you're going. Texas? Am I right on that? Texas? You had a flight to catch today? I might be wrong then. Obviously you made it safely, so that's good. Okay. Push here, no. US cut tariffs on UK made cars to 10%. Okay, so there's that. Range Rovers, that's the most Trump thing ever. Like, yeah, we won't tariff Range Rovers. For sure. For sure. To me, a Range Rover is like the biggest fake status symbol, wealth symbol, like a Range Rover. Like just driving, like what are you driving a Range Rover for? Like they're not good at anything. And you can get a nicer car too. They're just a status symbol, but they're like, this is bad judgment. I don't know how else to explain it. Just bad judgment. Sorry if anybody drives a Range Rover. Apologize. That's how I feel, I guess. You can feel different if you want. Nice. Nice. Gotcha. Good. Sold mom's house in LA. Is that right? Long signals here, but we have weak signals, so we'll wait. We'll chill out. Gotcha. Nice. I won't ask you what part of LA, but that's cool. I know nothing about LA. Never been. Never ever been. Okay, let's see what we got here. Basically, all the Trump tariff stuff isn't really doing a whole lot to the markets right now. Good signal there. Gold's down a little bit. Our 10-year is up huge. No fun. Everything's up. It's good. Coinbase Palantir. Netflix is down for some reason. Okay. Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. I gotcha. It was time. Did you guys get a good premium on the house? And I guess, are you splitting it with siblings? Is that, I'm reading into that a little bit. In my previous life, I dealt with that a lot, especially estates. So, wow, this is the weakest 2-minute signal I've seen so far. I like that. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay, we'll wait on this one too. Close to zero. How meaningful is the UK economy? Like, really? Like, how impactful is it? I don't know. Excuse me. I don't know. I'm not quite sure. Bad signals there. We're heading up is probably the wrong way to put it. We're trying to go higher, but we're not hitting anything above, excuse me, gosh, this level right here. I don't know. Yeah, Levi, I think you're spot on that. I think that um, I think Brexit would be like a good kind of line in the sand. They don't have as much area and space and not as much country, so it's a little difficult. But yeah, the moment you start doing the isolation thing, start becoming an isolationist country, you better be ready to take on everything on your own. You better make sure you have all the resources and minerals and just all the right things to propel an economy because they don't have a lot going on, unfortunately. It's just kind of like brand name at this point, more than anything. Okay, short. Okay, so this is interesting. My 2-minute signals are very, 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 are feeling very strong. My 1 minute's feeling along here. So interesting. That's probably much better short than long so far. We'll wait. Yeah, I don't know. Exactly. 4 was tough, yeah. No doubt. That's funny, Kevin. No doubt. No doubt. Glad you're able to do that. Not everybody's able to do that. That's great. I'm sure it's precious time. 94 is a long life. That's great. 94 is a long life. She's seen a lot. Good God, she's seen a lot. Especially being out in LA. Let's see what we got here. Sell sleep. I think I would take this. I'm just not in love with this move right now, but I would like to go short, but it doesn't make any sense to go short right here. There's this, let's see, I think maybe the British pound is way more than the American dollar. I mean, but like, not GDP wise. Rural Mississippi, oh yeah, she's seen a lot. Holy cow. She's seen a lot. Wags family, yeah, maybe, but like, you start looking at conversions of currencies, you have to weigh that against like total GDP output, and UK just it's okay, but I mean I don't know. I don't know how to measure their economy versus the rest of the European Union. Um, we could look it up, I guess, but all right, 2-minute signal here is a sell. Let's see if we can take that and grab a few points here. Oh, that was that. That was a small win, but we got it placed luckily. That didn't work out the way I wanted it to. At all. Holy cow. Good thing we got out of that one because that was not a great one. Yeah. Right. Right. Leave that spot on there. All right, we got price rolling here. Let me look at let's just ask ChatGPT really quick. List the top 10 top 10 economies in the world based on GDP. Let's see what we got. Long signal here. Still waiting on my 2 minutes to flip around, so we'll wait. Not a very confident signal here, although it does look like it's good so far. We've got above this level here at, well, 20,100. We know price loves an even number here. And then it's kind of holding a little bit. 8 points is still pretty good, but holding. VWAP is now within question, or within range, 20 points. That's basically, well, a full candle of our ATR. We're still about 18. All right, top 10. So UK is 6 at 3.8 trillion. United States is at 30 trillion GDP as of 2025. China at 19, and then Germany at 4. India at 4. Wow, India could pass Germany. That'd be wild. Japan's at 4. France at 3. Italy 2. Canada 2. Brazil 2. Wow. Just the United States having such a large economy. Oh my gosh. Is the feature turned off? No, Krishna, just refresh your screen probably. Refresh your screen. It is not turned off. Sometimes it does that to me too. Yeah, exactly. 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 Clears. Clears. So, but that's, I mean, yeah, that's sick. We have a couple people who are small countries, GDPs. We have a few. Land of the free, home of the brave. All right. Techno has a better long signal than short. God, if you really think about us being that much larger than China, I just don't get why we fight with them so much. Like I get the rationale a bit, but I don't know. I mean, I like China to play ball too, and they do, but I don't know. I would like to see. I don't know. We talked about it before, but just trying to win the AI war. What does that even mean? Like their AI race. What does that even mean? Like I don't know. I can't imagine the day where China does come up with something that would be hugely beneficial to the world, and they're like, we're just not going to sell it to the U.S. or we're going to sell it at this insane markup. Like that would be not great at all. Um, so I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, but I don't blame Trump because it's like a very like common thing. Like we don't want China to beat us. Totally get that. But like, at what game are they gonna beat us? Like, what's the game? Sell signal here. I'm gonna chase this one. I don't love this idea, but let's see what we got. I need to be better about this. Okay. Oh, okay. Stopped out. Bro. Every time. Every time. It's so hard to tell which candles are going to continue to just splash down and which ones are going to jump down and roll back up. I was optimizing for not losing the trade. I should have been optimizing for winning big on this trade because we would have nailed it. We missed that one. But same thing here. Combining a 2-minute signal with a 1-minute signal, same direction, sell and sell. We're in good shape. Can you guys even see that? Yeah. Good shape there. Boom and boom, and that gives us a nice little signal here. We like that. That's what we want to see every time. 2-minute, 1 minute, same thing. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of attacking, especially if we haven't gone to war with them. Like, go to war, different story. Like, we'll trounce them, but I don't know. I just sell signal here. Are we going to continue this move down? Sell 8, 10-point stop. Yeah, it's going to get ugly for us. One of our contracts got hit, but the other one is not. So we're going to keep running with this. Whoa. That was sweet. All right, what's our P&L for this morning in this account? We're up 325. We just took a $300 loss. We have a 510 win. So we're always going to have success if that's the case. Biggest win, bigger than biggest loss. That's always going to lead us down a path of profit. But that was a nice trade though. Would have been really cool if we had both of our contracts in. We could have made $600 on that, $700 on that. But anyway, let's see. Sell signal again, sell signal again. I'm gonna chill because I have this huge wick right here, which touched nothing significant, I guess. It just kind of wicked back up. So I'm really looking at this level right there as more of one that we need to watch out for. And here goes price pulling back. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I guess countries that trade with each other don't go to war with each other. You know, everybody's making money. You're less likely to shoot your partner in the back, I guess. All right. Well, always, yeah, Kevin. I think that's a given. I don't. It's not like the best analogy I can come up with for trade deficit is it's like being friends with somebody who's ultra rich. Let's go short right here. Um, it's like being friends with somebody who is just insanely rich. You're never going to be able to, depending on the person, you're never going to be able to purchase and do more for them than they can do for you because you don't have the resources. Like that's obvious. Like, like that's, and you could say you're taking advantage or you could say other things, I guess, but if your friend has $20 million and you've got $200,000, you are not going to be able to do the same things they can do for you. You can do for them, or you can do for them that they can do for you. You just can't. So that makes sense. So the friendship would be I hopefully beneficial to that person in a different way. And so a trade deficit measuring that is like stupid because like who has more resources? Like if our GDP was like seventh on the list, different story. Okay, reversal signal. Let's just take it. Let's see what we can get here. I'll make my stop a little larger. Let's just see what happens. I hate when we get in right here though. We're like super extended. This is why I don't like to chase because it's just very difficult to figure out if price is done going down or if we're gonna get punched out of this one. We're gonna get smacked out of this one. Close. I want to move it down. I want to protect this account, or protect this trade. Here we go. Whoa. Stop right there. So smaller loss, but still a loss. That's fine. I wanted to protect that. $500 is probably a little too much. We're trading 2 contracts, so the P&L is gonna look a little ridiculous. Bad signal here. Is that right? Yeah, it's a bad signal. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't agree with the sentiment of trade deficit is a thing. I don't know. Like everybody has been on one side or the other. You either been the broke friend with the rich kid, or you've been somebody who has resources and does things for people who have less resources. And everybody agrees, like, yeah, it's not going to be an even trade if you just count money. But unfortunately, not a lot of countries have anything else they can export. Some goods, but we have culture, so that's huge. Like that's a thing too, you know. I don't know. I just disagree with it. But I get if you believe the administration's viewpoint, I get why you believe that. Like I'm not saying it's wrong. I just don't share that belief, I guess. Doesn't mean I don't support him. Doesn't mean I do support him. I just disagree on that point specifically. I don't know. But I didn't vote, so I have no dog in the race. I do not care. I truly do not care. Whatever these charts say is what I do. I do not care. But yeah, I don't know. Just like logically speaking, sell right here. I wouldn't expect somebody who has less money than me to provide for me the same way I could provide for them. Like that doesn't make any sense. Good signal here, hell of a signal here. Good trade there. Let's see what we're up now or down. 595, 491 technically with all commissions. Good. I probably need to jump into the demo account more after we have days where we win trades, only because we can start taking more trades and taking more risks that can probably translate to our money accounts a little better. Okay, this is our range. We'll kind of just let price do its thing. But we have huge movement though. Anytime the ATR is at 20, if the ATR is at like 10, 15, it's hard to take these trades because you might get 4 points one way, 4 points the other way. But when the ATR is sitting at like 20, you have the chance to do some damage here. Another sell signal here. Let's see what that's too many points. That's 10 points right there. So $400 stop, 2 contracts. Let's see what we got. Good. Moved my stop down to just 8 points. Can I get the stop to profit? Yes. Great. Great. Good. Good. Yeah, right, I agree. Carry more weight financially, but the notion that we should penalize other countries because of, yeah, I just totally agree. Because technically, like, figure out what the consequences of that is. If let's say you are China and you're like, man, America's really sell right here. America's really bullion. Oh, it's above a break even. There we go. It's enough space. Don't be shy now, bro. Go. Yes. A lot of great movement today. There we go. This is one thing Trump does for the markets that I am in love with is he just says shit, he just does shit, and the markets are like, bro, we don't know what to do with it, but we're gonna go with it anyway. Up 941 or 43 in the account. Good. Yeah, Kevin, I agree with that too. Like, definitely, definitely have to have some countries carry their weight when it comes to that. I'm not a huge fan of NATO. That's one thing that maybe I do agree with the administration on. I'm not a huge fan of like 2 countries or like one country goes to war, like all of a sudden we all have to go to war. Like if we were in a war, I guess a world where it's like the 30s, it's the 40s, like we're thinking about war, then I totally get it. But now like there isn't really that a huge reason to have it. Like I don't know. But to go back to it, like if we say, all right, we're gonna penalize these countries that we have trade deficits with. The unintended consequence of that is these countries band together, which like BRICS, I guess, but like it's kind of shittily done. But like imagine China was like, yo, Japan, why don't you just add your 4 trillion to our economy? Now we're sitting at 23 and growing, 24. And now we're like the same size as the US. Now they have to do business with us the way we want to do business, not the way they can't just dictate terms. Like not that, and Japan is not, they're a very independent, proud country. They're not going to, merge with China or anything like that. But like you could have a couple countries decide like, yeah, it makes way more sense for us to just combine resources, to be the same and try to grow. Like, it makes complete sense. So I guess an unintended consequence is just you force people into the arms of, you force alliances that maybe we didn't even think were possible. There's like the Russia-China thing, which nobody gives a shit about Russia, but back to sanctions. I don't even think sanctions work. Russia is fighting a war just fine and probably going to win. And we sanctioned them and they're like, yeah, we'll figure it out. And they did. So, I don't know. Stupid sanctions. Stupid sanctions. That's a good signal, though. Okay. I'm trying to mark all these spots where price is reversing. There really is no rhyme and reason. Like, we're just getting new points of interest. I guess this level right there at 44 is cool. But, okay, sell signal again. I'll jump in, whatever. 10-point stop is right there. I'll go 9 points. That's not going to be in my favor, I don't think. Oh, maybe. Bringing my stop down just to protect the account. Get there, yes. Always a good day when you can get your stop placed. Always a good day when you get your stop placed like that. Great. Yeah, so I don't know. I have my disagreements with the way the administration does shit, but I'm not in politics and I'm not going to run for fucking office, so I don't even know when it matters, honestly. But yeah, don't know what it matters. Sell signal here again. All right, markets are still green for the day, but they are trying to head down. We have a clear bottom at 20,025. We're testing this level here again. I'll remove this one and this one. So let's kind of see where price wants to go here. We've got basically a lot of hoopla in here. We'll see where that kind of figures itself out at. Man, we're like 100 points away from where we were just 15 minutes ago, 13 minutes ago. Wow. Okay. Yes, I do know that. S, what's good? I do understand that. I do totally get that. I don't know. I get it. I get it. Because to tell you the truth, I mean, things can change on a freaking dime. So I get it. I'm not in love with having to go to war, especially putting American lives at risk for somebody else's conflict. But then again, when it's yours, it's like yeah, I want help. So I get that. I get that. I wonder like if I should really think about it. Like how many more countries like in the nearish future, like let's say our lifetimes, will not exist because they'll be taken over by another country or rebel faction, I guess. I'm gonna exclude like some of the smaller countries in Africa because like that is very normal. I mean like of your let's not call it third world, like second world countries, like those that are in the top like 50 GDPs, but not the top 10. Stop placed, running, good. Like, how many countries are really going to get taken over? Like, Ukraine's not going to lose its entire country and its sovereignty. You're just going to lose a part of it, probably. Like, that's probably going to be the case. The Donbass, or whatever region that is probably gone. That's not coming back. But, like, how many times are you going to have to redraw the globe? Like, you know, back when you were in school, teacher had that stupid globe in the classroom. Like, how many times are you going to have to remake one of those? Which would be a wonderful business to be in, by the way, the globe making business. If there are new countries that form, fantastic business to be in. You have to stay hip, making like world maps and shit. That'd be a way to get ahead of the curve. Anyway, got Gulf of America now. Like, you gotta get your stuff printed. You know, I really do wonder like how many countries will I see cease to exist in my lifetime? Two. The over under for me probably be two. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, just a portion. Just a portion. I do. I think so. I don't think Ukraine has enough to get that back. I think that part's gone. I really do. I think it's gone. Like, I don't think there's any way that they get it back. I don't know. I don't know. Not without additional resources. It just kind of feels like that war specifically is like it's just kind of out of his like I don't know. I don't know. It's just it. I if the Kamala had won, I think that there would be a much larger effort to support Ukraine with resources. I don't know that this administration is focused on that because they campaigned so hard against it. Long signal on both 1 and 2 minute, but nothing really. I don't know. I don't know who's going to support Ukraine. I don't know. They need to wrap that thing up though. The number of people that have died is unreported because it wouldn't even make sense. It would just be so mind boggling. The total death of both sides. It would just be ridiculous. And I don't even know for what, honestly. I really have no clue why Russia invaded. I genuinely do not know. Doesn't even make sense. But I do think I probably see two countries cease to exist in my lifetime. I just don't know where. Probably Middle East, honestly. Sell signal here, really? Did not expect that. Would have taken a long gladly on this. That would have been right, but huh. Okay. Interesting. That's actually really funny. That's really funny. Okay. Did not catch that. Should we just jump in and see what happens? Stop moved to profit, and we just trail. Whoa. What was that? I did not agree to get out of that trade. Damn, this is the kind of movement that puts you in. We're up $1,000 still. We took a nice loss. We're trading really well right now, though. Good. Not hard to. Prices move like crazy. I don't even know what's going on. News. Every nation wants a deal. Okay. Trump, we will receive market access for U.S. chemicals and machinery. Bessent meeting with China will be interesting. Reach a deal with Ukraine. Okay. Wait, what? UK. No. Rare earth deal with Ukraine. Speaking with Zelensky soon. Tremendous deal for both nations. Interesting. Markets do not agree. Clearly. All right, so we'll see what that means. This is why I don't like trading news per se, because the fundamentals stop making sense. Like, why is my market selling off right now? I don't necessarily know. It's hard to predict which way news is actually going to work. The other thing is that there's no landmark I can use and say, yeah, this is going to hold here, like this news. Like, why would the support level hold when the president says what he says? So I don't love trading based off of news, but excellent catalyst here. Doesn't look like we're having any real pullback, so we can probably jump into this trade. I might get my ass smoked out of it, but let's see. 55, yep, sell, okay. Actually, not a horrible spot to jump in at. Got to give this thing a lot of room though. Okay, that's a lot of points. Let's see if I can be right. I'm wrong. Yeah, we just gave back a ton there. Erasing. Let's go sell right there. Let's see if I can time that right. Get some of that money back. Okay, we got $400 back of that $800 loss we just took, I think. Yeah, I hate chasing down like that. Yeah, we're up $1,000 so we lost about $100 from where we were before. Long, really? Not my cup of tea, but okay. Clear bottom. All right, so price holds this level here and runs back up. Cool. Fantastic. I don't even know why we have these up here. That's really funny. Yeah, Kev, I agree with that. I agree with that. Huge dump and then huge reversal. I agree with that, Kev. I think that we have to find a middle ground between like the old school, like we need to make sure that we stop the spread of these countries invading, and also well, we'd love to prevent it, obviously, but like, what are the true interests here? What can we protect, and what can't we protect? You know, like what is and is possible, what is and is not possible right now. Like giving funds to Ukraine, like sure. Giving machinery, okay. I don't know. No country deserves to be invaded without help. Like no, nobody deserves that at all. Nobody. But I guess I just don't. I don't know how Zelensky doesn't get any um, blame. I guess I don't know. It's just tough. Yeah, not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea. All right, so price is dancing, but I would have done exactly what the Biden administration did, which is like we are not putting our people out there at all. I will give you money, but I'm not about to risk our lives for this. No way. But that could literally be what's needed, and that'd be full war. And we're not doing that. Exactly. That's what I'm saying, Kev. Like making a deal much sooner. What in the world? Making a deal much sooner. Like I don't think we actually have all the numbers for how many people, how many souls have been lost, both on both sides. Like I don't know that we'll ever actually have the number, but like it's clear. Like okay, we need to stop this. We're in a war for 20 years. Like that doesn't do anybody any good. I don't know. Cell signal potentially. We'll jump in right late, but right there. Let's see what happens. This is the kind of market you can kind of just jump in a little late to. Doesn't happen often, but here we go. Our route. Yeah, maybe. That's the thing, Kev. Is like, what if they aren't committed? Like, what if they don't want to commit? Like, then is it our job to take care of them too? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I guess warring for 20 years makes a lot of people money. I guess. Um, but like, defense is as a. I guess it depends on what you consider a lot of money. I think it makes a lot of individuals money. I think it makes a lot of like companies money. I don't think that war is good for the economy anymore. Like I think that's over. You look at like what Lockheed Martin, Anduril, um, all of the other. I'm forgetting one, a huge one. Halliburton, like now Boeing. You look at what they contribute to like overall GDP to the country, and it's not insignificant. But like they're not the leading industries, and the economy is so fragmented in a good way, like segmented is a better way to put it, that like going to war isn't going to involve companies that don't produce materials and weapons. Like we're not going to see Ford go back and redo and start making tanks. Maybe a couple armored vehicles, maybe, but like so the argument that like war is good for the economy, I think is an old one because we could turn the economy all the way into a manufacturing state, but like we're done with that. Like there are companies that do it very efficiently. They do it really well, and so well that it's hard to compete. You know, like who builds airplanes in the U.S.? Like not many. So I don't know. I think the economy is too fragmented or too segmented for war to be good for the entire economy. Now it's good for a couple bit CEOs, a few private contractors, but not in any crazy meaningful way to the US's overall GDP. Not like figuring out healthcare would be, not like technology has been. So I don't know. War for money doesn't. I don't know. It's not my thing. I'll try to sell right here. Let's try that. Let's see if we got a perfect entry, by the way. Um, it might be a small win, but we got a really good entry there. Okay. Oh, wow. Enabling his behavior as well. Yeah, I agree. I think the U.S. is not. We are not guilty. Like 100%, 100%. And I think it is good. Like, not that we are the world's police, but if you need something, you can come to the U.S. and probably get some sort of. I think that's a good. Like, that is what a real ally is. Like, I think that's a good thing. I really do. But at the same time, it shouldn't be like a open tab. Like, ah, man, we just need this much money, this many billions. We need this machinery. We need this. And like, it can't be a demand. It has to be like an offering. Like, hey, we'll give you some help. But like in return, we want this thing to be like reasonable. And there has to be somebody who can be a little cold hearted that says, look, this isn't working out. There's going to be a peace deal, and you might have to give up a little bit, because at the end of the day, like, the reasons certain countries are larger than others. And it didn't get that way by accident. Some of it didn't get that way by peace either. So I think there has to be a check and balance there. I don't think it can just be a blank check. Like, oh, we'll see. Like Taiwan, totally get. Totally get. Ukraine, totally get. I just think we've done a little more. You know? And we put sanctions on Russia, which was so stupid because they found a way around it. I really want to take a sell here. I just missed it. Like, we didn't damage Russia at all. They just found their way. They found a way around it. All right. Deteriorating sharply. New York Fed, 3-year expected inflation, highest since July 2022. April projected 3.3. Where? Like, where is. All right. I'm trying to figure this out. Okay. New York Fed says we expect inflation to be higher. Okay. 5-year. That's good. So in 5 years, okay, so the Fed makes a lot of decisions based on their 5-year inflation projections. Like that, like they really care about this 5-year. Like that's really what they're interested in. And so I guess the New York Fed putting it at 2.7 is better than what we had in March. That's good, but not good enough. We want that thing at 2%, best we can. 5-year, 3-year forwards at 3.2. The year ahead is 3.6. That's crazy. I don't think anybody would like. I don't know. Are we getting? I don't know. Did we? I don't know. Did we not have like lower GDP print recently? Like, did we not have that? Like, it's going to be very hard to be unless they factor in and they're saying that tariffs are going to be ultimately crazy inflationary. I don't know that spending has been the same. No company's earnings have said spending is the same, if not greater. Like, nobody said that. So I'm not sure that. Again, unless tariffs are just that costly to U.S. citizens, which I again think that we're going to eventually get rid of them because nobody wants to pay these high ass costs for some of these goods. It's going to make Trump very unpopular, and it's not going to bring in that much money. I don't know. But the Fed is like, tariffs don't work. The Fed is saying tariffs do not work, and that's their stance. And I don't even know if it's a political one. That's just their stance. So, which they're basically punking the 10-year and the 1-year. Like, the 1-year was at 3.8 at one point. Now back up to 4. Yeah. So the Fed disagrees with the Trump administration, which, fine, I guess. They're supposed to be separate, so that's fine. Yeah, I don't know. Christian, what's good? Let's go, Christian. Okay. Long and long. I don't have a strong signal, otherwise I would have taken it. I don't know. I don't. Nope. That's actually really funny. But we will see. Markets like whatever was said, so that's good. I have a new signal that's weak. I'm gonna take this one. I don't love this idea, but let's just see. 8-point stop off 2 contracts. So let's see. We're holding like hell. Like literally there's somebody pushing price down at my freaking entry. Can we burst through? Or are we gonna reject completely? That was a flash. Nope. I'm trying to place it so that we actually have like some profit. Oh, bro. Could this be it? I think we lost money on that. I can't tell. I think we lost money on that. I should have been a little more patient considering that we held this down here. Not that we would have made a lot more money, but we could have made a little more. Yeah. Should have been a little more patient. I'd be out of the trade by now. There's no way. My stop would have been way too tight. But I gotta get better at this one right here. So we jump into the trade, and if you're a fair value gap trader, like difference between here and here, it's kind of what I was anticipating, and which we got, and our stop was below. So even if we did touch this high wick right here, we still would have been in the trade. We hold this though. Holding this is super important because if this thing turns out to be a nice run, this is a blip in the. This is actually a really good entry at the open essentially for where price is right now. We could have had ourselves a very nice trade. So this is just one thing that I have to get better at is, especially if I'm in a trade, my entry is okay, which it was, especially for the ATR right now, and it holds. I got to do a better job at staying in these trades because there is a lot of money to be made, especially when we see prices not willing to go down beyond a certain point. So I got to be better about that one. That's an improvement of mine that I have to make. Okay, utter reversal of that previous candle. Okay, my 2-minute gave me a sell signal. I probably would take this. Look at this top right here and take that. I mean, that's beautiful. Price action right there. It might get blown through, I don't know, but that's a really nice, like clean, we're not going higher than this. Again, could be wrong. Price could just blast through. But a sell signal up here or taking a sell entry up here would have been very profitable. Very profitable. But now it looks like we're bouncing between 2 levels here. We'll move this one up right there. See what price wants to do outside of this. It could just roll down another like 5 points and touch this level right here. Maybe not. I don't know. Let us find out. Good signal there. Bad signal there. Strong sell signal on the 1 minute chart, but not on the 2 minute because we haven't gotten a new signal yet. So we'll just chill out and wait there. Okay. Okay, well that is good. That thing is taking off. Let's jump in right there. Let's just see what happens. Stop right up. Oh, I can't release it. Can't release it yet. Do that again. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Okay, so nothing there. Good signal. So far, this 2 minute chart's a bad signal right here. I really didn't even look at the 2 minute. I thought the 2 minute would actually give me a long. I didn't even look at it. But that is a freedom of trading in the demo account. You just take risks, and it worked out. While we wait for this candle, let's look at our P&L for this morning, 9 a.m. We're up 1,600, almost 1,700 bucks. Good. Wow, our largest losing trade was not. I know why that's the case. That's insane. 900 bucks. Actually, no, it shouldn't be that way. Holy cow. Well, we've traded very well despite that, I guess. I think I know why that's the case, but we'll leave it for a different. Not really matter much, does it? I still like this long position right here. Entry right there. Stop at, that's 10 points. That's pretty good. Probably could go a little shy. Let's call it 8. Yep. Good trade there as well. Again, ideally we want the 2 minute and the 1 minute to line up. But I'm just taking some trades off of this run up here. Our 2 minutes lagging a little, which is just fine. It's our 5 minutes say. Also says sell. Well, that's no bueno. Okay. Now what? Sell signal, sell signal. We'll take it right there then. 2 minute gives me a sell signal, 1 minute gives me a sell signal. That stop is way too high. We're only 8 points. Never mind. It's not crazy, I guess. I would have preferred to get in up there, though. That'd have been sick. Let's protect this trade a little bit. A little more. Yeah. Small loss there, comparatively. I still like... I think I'm sell right there. See if my entry was a little flawed. 7 point stop. Stop is at the same level at 90. We still would be in this trade if we didn't move our stop down. But I have no reason to risk all that money if we think we might see price run down here. Let's see. Let me try this again. I need to make like 150 bucks on this trade to get back what I lost. Can I do that? Nope. Not yet. Same thing as before. We held up here. Let's see if we can be strong and hold this trade. Just never mind. All right. 0 for 2 on that one. We didn't see that one clearly at all, obviously. That cost us 400 bucks. Okay, it's not terrible. So that's 70% off 32 trades. Not bad. Damn. All right, and no. 2 minute being stingy. Two-minute being stingy. All right, let's end on a win. Let's find one here that we can take a good trade on. Then I gotta eat something. Long and long, week and week, we'll chill. really like what price is doing here. Let's see. Okay. Good. All right. Can we jump into this bad boy and run? Long. If I'd have gotten a nice, stronger long signal, I would have taken it, but we didn't. Honestly, if that thing comes back down to that level, I'm taking it. So much, so I'll put a limit order right there. Price touches that low again, I'm in. And we would set our stop 10 points from that, 9 points from that. We're not getting this freaking trade. We're not getting that kind of discount. No way. This is a good signal by you. Are we in the, how do we not get that fill? Sell signal, buy signal. It ain't looking like I want to get into a trade right here. Although this right here feels like man, if we got that, but it's not the trade that I want. Okay. Let's take that trade right there. Buy. Give me my stop. Whoa. No way to anticipate what I just saw. My stop's way too big, by the way. What is that? I know you guys saw what I saw. Well, this is, too big of a trade for us. We probably just gave back a shoot ton of money. Too much for in on a win. $500. Okay. 70-ish percent, 69%. Okay. What happened here? It could be. What does that mean? That was crazy. Well, that was insane, wasn't it? Nice, Camille. Nice. Nice. Great work. Great work. There you go. Great. Have you had time to, Kevin, working on it right now? Have you had time to analyze outcomes? I am working on that right now. That is what is in the background working here. Matching up nicely, long right there. I am working on that as we speak, my friend. 10-point stop feels a little too much, or feels a little too tight, but all right. Wow, that was luck. Okay, never mind. We're out. All right, cool. Great work. Great work, everybody who caught trades. Great, fantastic. That is insane right here. That's insane. Great work. Awesome job, Camille. Great job. Great, great, great work. Good day all around. One of those days where it's easy to overtrade, but also like super easy, um, super easy to make money, but also very difficult to restrain. Long. Take one more trade right here, I guess. That's just a good setup. I don't know if it's gonna be profitable, but it's a quality setup. Nice. Probably got a little more on that one. Looks like market's about to run, which is good. 873 with 72% win rate, 36 trades, not bad. 10 losses. No, right? Number of losing trades, yes. Okay. Good stuff. Good, good, good stuff. Ooh, wee. Price is really flying now. Price is really flying. All right, fantastic work, everyone. We will call it a day. I will not be around tomorrow. I've got some stuff to do. Unfortunately, no fun. But so I won't be around. I won't be live tomorrow. I probably won't even be able to trade tomorrow. So be responsible and do great things. But good way to end my trading week. And hopefully this day continues to run and we can all make some quality cash on this movement up here. All right. I will see you guys. Got some more updates to work on as well, and I'll announce those when we have time or when they're ready, I guess. But until then, I will see you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.